Derek, when you left Nelson, you came to the area, but you lived in Rimington.
Yes.
And I think, did the Hindleys seek you out? Tell us a little bit about your life when you came back to Rimington.
Yeah, well, we came back for when Dad got a gardener's job for a tailor at Sopper Lane there, and Mrs. Hindley at Gisborne obviously heard about it, and she come and wanted Mother to go back and work for her. So they had a gardener handyman, Mr. Slater, and he used to come and pick her up and take her back. And Mr. Slater and his wife, they'd been in employment right from the Lord Ribblesdales.
Good heavens.
Yeah.
Good heavens. Was your mother pleased to go back?
Oh yes, yeah.
But you'd be at secondary school?
Yes, I was, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that then.
Well, I wasn't a scholar, but yeah, it was a bit up and down there because it was the hydro over what's now Riversmead School, and it was in process of being converted with the pupils coming from Gisborne, which was a through school, over to Riversmead. So there were loads of staff meetings and all sorts of stuff going on.
So
and,
a bit disruptive.
Yes, and Mr. Nicholson, Edward Pennington Nicholson, was the headmaster. He used to wear a gown as well.
Oh, they did in those days, yes.
But he was very good headmaster because we was in Yorkshire then. It was Riversmead, and we got chance to go to the outdoor school at Pateley Bridge for a month. And he sent this letter round saying that it were just a chance in a lifetime that we could go there. So we managed to go to the Pateley Bridge for a month.
Oh, and what sort of a life was it for you there?
Oh, it was everything, mainly outdoor things and history and such like, going to Fountains Abbey, and I weren't all too keen on that side, but there was a Mr. James there who took us on all the outdoor stuff, you know, and that's how I really got introduced to outdoor life. And
would that be where you found your passion for cycling?
Yes, because he was a very big friend of Mr. West, Jack West at Harrop, and he was a big friend of Mr. West, and he used to cycle over to see him. So I thought, I'm going to get a bike. And so I did when I got enough money to buy one, and I kept in touch with Mr. James till he basically passed away.
Really?
Yeah. Went to the reunion went on the tandem to Pateley Bridge when it was the reunion. I couldn't justify going in the car when I met him there again. But yeah, Neville James they call him. But,
and when you were a schoolboy, did you cycle all over the place? Did you have friends and go on cycling trips? Or?
No, not with the school. No, I basically got when. I used to take the newspapers. That's how I started with the bike.
Yes, as we did, yes.
And taking the newspapers, and that's how I got the bike. And then it was a rally roadster, the sturdy old thing with 3-speed gear, and I used to go miles on it. I went a lot to Ellifield, and I used to go to Brock near Preston to watch the Royal Scot and stuff. Coming over, there was water troughs at Brock then, and we used to watch them pick water up there and hope the firemen didn't get the scoop down, get the scoop up quick enough, and the water had come out the top and gushed all over the place.
How many miles would that be to go there and back?
It could be going on for towards 50. Yeah.
Well, I know on your tandem you do pretty nearly 100 on some occasions, so I thought it must be quite a high mileage.
Yes, you used to think nothing of it, you know, in them days.
What about your paper round? Did you have a paper round?
Yes, the papers came on the train to Rimington, and I had to pick them up there, and it were very feeble was the payment. In fact, the people that had it before me, they kept all the money. They didn't send any back to Northern Daily Telegraph.
Because they felt they were underpaid.
Well, they were. Halfpenny in the old money for a paper.
Oh, heavens.
And you had 19 papers between here, where we are now, and right at top of Martin Top at Martin Top Farm. So if it wasn't for people giving you tips, which some people are really generous, they'd give you 2 shillings, 2 and 6 and all that. And if it wasn't for that, the job wasn't worth having. Yeah. Yeah.
And did you have any adventures that you could recall? You can recall on your bike? Down at the railway station, maybe.
Oh, when I finished up on the railway line one day.
Tell us a bit about that. Well, sounds very dramatic.
The canopy over the platform edge, it didn't go over the edge, it stopped before the edge, and so part of the platform, they were all green and slippery, and I came round, zoomed round the corner, but I went straight off onto the edge of line, and although it was wood, because they could walk across line to get to the other side, there were no other way of getting across for people on the Gisborne side.
So no bridge?
There was no bridge, no, you had to walk across, and Hottywell Lodge was the signalman that day, and he could see me, and he gave me a lecture and whatnot. And
I should think he did.
Yeah.
Good job there wasn't a train coming.
And I know I bent the front forks and such like, and I still had it. I was still riding it round on bent forks when I started work at the garage, and Rufus were concerned about it, and he gave me some money to go and buy some new ones.